Hello.
Oh, welcome. Today, we're leveling up Archer in Final Fantasy XIV. I guess technically this is a Realm Reborn content now. But I'll get there, and I'll get the role quests that I've been missing through this. I've actually been enjoying it. It's kind of nice to play a different class. Anyway, let's get to it with a job quest. Welcome back, yo. I trust you have been keeping your nose to the grindstone. As I mentioned when last we spoke, you will train under Silverier's tutelage today. Put aside your misgivings and avail yourself of his wealth of experience. Go now, present yourself before him. I see it was too much to hope that you would not return. The others believe that you have potential, but I am not so easily convinced. Like so many adventurers, you have not the faintest inkling of what it means to be an archer. And how could you? Archery is a proud tradition of the Wildwood Elves, the essence of this art, to reach one's enemy, has been instilled in us over centuries. In that time, we have defended this great nation against every imaginable foe, granting us insight which you will never possess. Can you recognize the subtle signs that betray a coming action? No. Can you accurately predict an opponent's movement? No. Can you glean your foe's intentions at a glance? No. Can such things be learned by one who knows nothing of our traditions? No. It is only out of respect of Lucine that I have agreed to teach you. Go to the East Shroud and seek out the targets hidden there, but do not presume this will be as easy as before. As I told you, the ability to read one's enemies is fundamental to archery, yet the trials set by my colleagues did not require you to do this. Mine will. The targets you seek have been hidden, and I do mean hidden. In the midst of a region rife with savage beasts, they will play the part of your enemies. In the unlikely event that you spy a target, your limited range will necessitate that you slip past its bestial guardians prior to taking aim. A feat I consider beyond you. What was that? A frown? Yeah, you are thinking that the Mikote set you a similar task? You were wrong. She asked merely that you consider where your foes are. I demand you discern precisely where they will be. Now then, where will we go about this? Observe them closely and discern their characteristics. Learn to read their movements and recognize patterns in their behavior. If it has eyes, let it not see you. If it has ears, let it not hear you. Be neither where it is nor where it means to be, and thereby pass unnoticed. But enough talk. Whether or not you heed my counsel is your decision. I will shed no tears should you fail. It was my people, the Elsian, who gave rise to the noble tradition of archery. To see it thus parodied by outsiders is an outrage. sets of waters, right? So you have returned, a passable performance for an adventurer, but the bare minimum for any archer. I carry with me generations of wildwood tradition, a tradition built upon the bones of the many outsiders who tried to take what is ours. It was my ancestors who first learned to conceal their presence and fight from the shadows, to hold the enemy at distance to protect the weak. All of it, everything was. This is a waste of time, you cannot understand. But if you are so intent upon following in the footsteps of my people, I bid you go to the North Shroud. Exile scouts have been sighted near the river west of Etat's Spire, and unless you are entirely ignorant of Gridanian history, I need not explain that this act of aggression is part of centuries-old conflict. The minions do not matter, it's their leader, Nezo-Catalan, the Violator, who must fall. He commands the scouts and will be well guarded, yet he stands upon hostile ground. With birdmen and not walls for protection, if you are diligent and determined, you can slip through their defenses and slay their leader. This is the art of the Gridanian soul archer. Embrace the wisdom I have bestowed upon you, and the fight will be short. If you see the deed done, adventurer, I will take it as proof of your commitment to us, and labor no more to drive you from the guild. Now go. Oh shit. Alright. Even now, I struggle to credit the Sentry's reports, yet here you are, and Nezo Cotton the Violator is no more. That a goddamn adventurer should be so. Only by the grace of Namika herself could you have survived, but even though it was pure luck, I will keep my word. Yo, should you stay or should you go, I care not. You have completed the task and are no longer my responsibility. Go now to Lucine. She will doubtless wish to lavish you with praise. Oh, you'll get no more from me. Off with you. I am given to understand that you single-handedly drove off an Ixal scouting party, and that you did so with precision and guile. How exactly was that training, Lucine? Yo, just an adventurer. Silvery thrust her into the jaws of the enemy in the hope that she wouldn't come back. And when against all expectation she did come back, that stubborn arse still refused to acknowledge her skill. Is that truly your impression? Well, yes, he said it was pure luck. Mere noise. Silvery sees your skill, of that I have no doubt. Did you not mark the way he covered his mouth when he uttered the words? It is a habit of his to do so on those occasions when his tongue and his heart are in disagreement. For all we know, for all his skill at reading the idiosyncrasies of others, he has yet to recognize his own. Impressive work, Yo. You have applied yourself to Leia and Silver's lessons and demonstrated your command of the core concepts. You are now an archer in your own right. Allow me to teach you something to commemorate this accomplishment. Repelling shot is an advanced technique that enables an archer to evade attacks whilst continuing to fire upon her opponent. Oh, that's fucking cool. Used wisely, it can grant you a brief respite in the heat of battle. I have faith that with regular practice you will learn how best to employ it to your advantage. Remember your senior's lessons as you strive for true mastery. Okay, so I have to do it on a target. Okay. Why the Archers Guild, you ask? Perchance you're familiar with the popular saying about keeping one's friends close and so on. Yes, well, I strongly disagree with its sentiments on enemies. Oh, I have a little flower pot. Have you perhaps heard mention of the Exile tribe of beastmen, long beaks, sharp talons? They are a brutal race, preying on both man and beast with equal savagery. It is not exaggeration to call them our most bitter enemies, and now we have frequent reports of the birdmen seen not a stone's throw from the city walls. Have a care not to end up in one of their stew pots, stripling. We're discussing how to best deal with the exile threat. Perhaps an adventurer such as you could offer a fresh perspective on the matter. fucking bullshit. I drive it too far away from its zone. Woo. was it? That's right. Well, okay, so I'm not ready for that yet. Which means I need to find another way to level. Oh, there we go. call me the stud shepherd, but all these kinds of livestock we breed here fall under my crook. Nevertheless, sheep remain my first love, my one true passion. So you can imagine my dismay at finding my flock in the frumpy fleece. I can't very well take worn-out wool to market, a sheep with no shyness good for nothing but mutton. But where's the wool? There's a way. See what Charlton has to say. As anyone who's ever raised livestock will tell you, animals feel and show emotions as deep and real as yours and mine. One need only look for the telltale signs, a fetching pose, a come-hither stare, some provocative tail whipping. My pets never fail to show me the same love I show them. Milgram had some little lambs whose fleece was white as snow, but everywhere the lambs went, ice was sure to go. Now we're stuck with lousy sheep. In the time it takes me to brush one clean, the ice spreads to two more. I just can't keep up with them by myself. If you could brush 3 shaggy sheep for me, we might be able to wipe out the infestation together. Let Morgan know his sheep are in ship shape once you're finished. The shaggy sheep looks relieved. Ah, so cute. For an adventurer, you certainly know how to wield a lice comb. As I'm sure you have found, sheep are delicate souls that require delicate care. Truly wonderful wool requires time, love, and tenderness. You must caress their coats ever so gently, listen to their soft beating in your ear, feel the warmth of their breath on your neck. They may call it the red rooster stead, but make no mistake, dodos are the birds that keep this stead steady. Those sweet and tender eggs, that succulent meat, so long as you remove a doodling's poison glands, you're in for some scrumptious and healthy poultry. They're so delicious, I have to remind myself some birds just aren't meant to be caged, or perhaps I don't. Talk to Xpan and see if we can't return those exquisite creatures to their pen. Am I ever pleased to see you? I was just about to cry foul, but with your help we can round them up. Those dim-witted dodos pecked through the fencing and flew up the coop, or fled the coop. Luckily, they know better than to leave the stud. There are 3 bolting doors in all. If you spot one, just throw one of these dodo-sized sacks over its head. Once you've caught all the birds, would you mind leaving them in Morgrim's care? I need to repair their fencing before we can return them to this enclosure, you see. The dodos love farm fresh food so much they're always pecking at the fences. Sometimes they'll even peck themselves free and run about. I suppose the exercise is good for them, but it's certainly not what I need. I've heard everything. Hand me the dodos. Oh, my precious darlings, without their poison breath, they're defenseless out in the wild. Daddy Dodo gets so worried. And now my dodos have a mommy. You'll stay around and look after my babies, won't you? At least until they're ripe for slaughter. What? Level 6. Level 7. Really, I don't have room for a lot of these things. I hope you don't feel sheepish about hauling a wee bit of wool, but the flock's fleece is shown and scoured, and the sack is all set to sail. Normally, the magic miller up north takes it and belts it for us, but it seems the only wool his courier's tending to today is in his blanket, the lax-side loafer. So I hoped you might see it to it the sack of fleece down by the flock's pen reaches the miller. Ratso and is his name. Welcome to the Red Rooster's Stead. What can I do for you? Oh, you're okay. They normally don't give that guy voice. That looks so good with the lighting. Characters look great. You can tell some of the textures have been replaced. There's grass where there wasn't. A miller with no fleece is an artist with no canvas, a poet with no words, a man with no purpose. Curse that blasted courier. Do the sheep stop growing? Does the mill stop churning? What entities entitles him to rest? Bah, let him count sheep in his bed. The wool is at last mine, and soon the felt shall be wrought. Wah. Now, felting wool is all well and good for your run-of-the-mill miller, but you know what gets my grindstone spinning? Grain. What worth has wheat? None, but once you shed into fabulous flour, even the confounded Galagos can't keep their hands off it. Which is precisely why I need you to slay them and recover the 4 sacks they plifered. Once you have done so, take the sacks of flour down to the stead, and Scammer will take care of the rest. Eorzea spans far and wide, but nowhere will you find so many windmills as here. Harnessing the winds that blow in from the sea to grind grain and felt fleece is no less than sorcery. Is it no less than sorcery? Wow. A realm reborn quests are truly a capsule in time. All the eggs and milk in the world don't matter a lick without flour. Not that flour is any good on its own, mind you. The Galgos just hoard whatever they can get their filthy paws on. But now we've got the whole kit and caboodle thanks to you. It's a relief we're around, but at the end of the day, we're still utterly unprepared should this sort of thing happen again. Oh, wow. Okay. Still a little short of a skirt, but eventually you'll get legs. I keep watch over the gates here at the stead, but my watch extends only so far. The stagecoach that was supposed to pull in today never made it past Blind Iron Mines. Word arrived not long ago that it was waylaid by someone or something. The coachman is a plucky fellow. If I know Warhoy Mohoy, he'll be poking around the mines, plotting to salvage his consignment. But ultimately, he is just one man. It would put my mind at ease if you could go to his aid. The Red Rooster's steed boasts the greatest harvest of the biggest and best produce in Los Nazca. It needs to be picked and shipped cleanly and quickly so that it reaches market at its freshest. Anything less would be doing the growers injustice. You must be the help that Scammer sent. I thought you'd never get here. The kobold struck me up and skedaddled with me garments, but don't you worry none. I'm fixing to get 'em back so's we can get 'em back. All you gotta do is mosey up closer to that stagecoach. They'll hit and peek in, and you bet your bottom good those kobolds will come calling. And once some critters come out, thwack you pop 'em, and then John snag the loot. It's foolproof. Confounded kobolds. Make like you're rummaging through that stagecoach, and when the little devils show themselves, you show them what's what and get back our stuff. You've done good, partner. Rounded up enough to bring back to the stead, I reckon. I'll tend to the rest of this here mess. You go on ahead and make sure old Scammer gets the goods. Thanks to you, those kobolds won't be pussyfooting around the mines no more. All that's left is for me to repair my coach. Good to see you return that to us unharmed. And with 3 full bags, no less. I'm grateful, but I fear this is hardly the last we'll hear of the kobolds. They have been growing more restless in recent months, and this trend is like to continue. Anak must be apprised of this incident. War is at our doorstep. So the kobolds are at it again. Not content with their own territory, the creatures have been pouring forth from their subterranean dwellings to wreak havoc on Lothian land. But we won't stand for it. Our livelihoods are at stake. Alas, with neither side willing to give any ground, I fear there may be no peaceful resolution. You've seen with your own eyes how the kobolds have taken up arms against us. The mines of Gilmore aren't enough for the native nuisances of northern Vibrant anymore. They've come to claim what is ours. Long ago, our war-weary forebears struck a short-sighted peace with the kobolds. What lay beneath the sea was the Limsas. What lay underground was Orgormos. Yet, what resolved one conflict created another, as the sea cannot fully feed, clothe, and shelter the children of land. Realizing this, the kobolds' tacticity condoned the Lomenzian settlement of Lanoska. We shared an unspoken agreement. But now the kobolds have aggressively asserted their dominion, threatening our very survival. Adherence to a pact is meaningless. If it means our demise, it comes time for us to take a stand, seek the wisdom of Aaron Lona to learn how. So, Anak has at last vanished the naive hope that the kobold menace would abate of its own accord. Their numbers have increased many-fold as they expanded southward. The food shortages spurred by overpopulation quicken the cycle of aggression. A common beggar would know better than to expect foodstuffs aboard a stagecoach bound for the stead, but the filthy scamps grow desperate. We need only set the bait, and their hunger will be their undoing. Tell Anak to make the arrangements. Ingenious. We'll trap the hungry kobolds as one would any rodent, and I know just to bait the set. Tell Scamir to set aside some dodo meat for our next shipment. Set a bit that in blind iron mines, and the little gluttons won't be able to resist. I hand that dodo to you and you kill kobolds for me. A bargain if I ever heard one. Take this over to Kawat south of the mines. She'll know where it goes. Good to see the Red Rooster stud hasn't turned chicken on us. Once you found a good hiding spot, open the crate of meat nearby. The kobolds will follow their noses. By the time they see you, it'll be too late. Up until 3 years ago, we had crews working every elm of these mines around the clock. The air was so thick with dust that half of them had to dig by feel. Blind iron mining, they called it, and so the name stuck. Ah, you've done it. I expected no less. I don't know what we'd have done without you, which makes me wonder what we will do once you're gone. I was hoping you might visit the drowning wench and speak with Bader Run. It is no secret the Yellow Jackets pay him heed. Mayhap he will put in a word so that the steed might procure their protection. So the steeds in over the eat with the kobolds, are they? 'Twas wishful thinking to believe the mine rats would stay put in Ogomoro. Any barkeep can tell ya as rodents read won't to spread. This wave just comes sooner than reckoned. The pact was a farce. No handshake ever solved a blood feud. We just needed to lick our wounds a while is all. Well, I suppose they're all healed up. Even the maelstrom's taken a vow the rascals run rampant. You can be sure they're ordering crystals to summon Titan, and God's help us if they do. Lumso will look back on these pretty petty thus as skirmishes of the good old times when that day comes, I tell ya. Huh. And there won't be a company of arrows around to answer our prayers this time, neither. Well, an ounce of preservation's worth a pounce of cure. I'll talk to the Yellow Jackets and see if they can't slow the Kobolds' advance on this stead. time is it? Alright, I'm gonna take a little break. I'll be right back. Excuse me. Okay. If a lifetime of meticulous research into the advancement of agricultural arts has taught me anything, it is that the fruits of knowledge are incapable of preserving themselves without an adventurer's brawn to protect them. I fear all my work will come to naught. Take, for example, the splendid ogre pumpkin crop I was able to cultivate. Years of hypothesizing and testing at last made tangible, only to be snatched away by those subterranean sorners, the clever hedge moles. I've already engineered the pumpkins to resist fire, droughts, frosts, weeds, insects, and festival rituals. I just need someone to kill the moles. The Admiral herself has seen fit to dub our stead an exemplary model of her settlements initiative. As a stead botanist, I attribute our success to unyielding innovation, our willingness to attempt any and all agricultural techniques at least once, no matter how counterintuitive or potentially embarrassing. Well, that was easy. Makes me wonder why I spent my life formulating complex solutions to problems rather than merely going around killing things. Nevertheless, I'm afraid it's too late to alter my methods now. I'll continue to focus on the complex solutions and have you stick around to kill things. What hubris, what arrogance to believe that I, one woman, could overcome the unfathomably vast and profound mysteries of nature. But with you here, I'm sure we can do it. Nice. Care to partake in the inexorable march of science? The connection I'm currently formulating could change horticulture as we know it. Imagine a fluid one could strew over crops to ward off pests. All I need are some ladybugs and someone to squash them. Ladybugs simply cannot resist aphids. Find some Athic lavender, dab it with a bit of Apic nectar, and then they'll come swarming to the slaughter. Return to me once you've collected 3 files of Ladybug Viscera. It's elementary, really. Aphids live in fear of ladybugs, and so applying the scent of ladybug blood to our crops is certain to ward off the parasites. We are manipulating the laws of nature. Of course, we could have just let the ladybugs go on defending the crops as always and not squash them, or their vice versa. But I can hardly see the science in that. Oh, that's new. They don't, display things that you're wearing, but they do display things that are worn. Oh, that's... Oh wait, no, that's just straight up the class, right? Yeah. Yeah, because I don't have Reaper. Okay, but if it's the little icon on the bottom right tells me. Okay. Wait, no, it's the dye. Okay. Breathtaking, is it not? Proud sails turning, rugged gears churning. The mill never stops, and so neither can the millers assigned to its upkeep. Diligence is the key. By addressing tomorrow's issues today, we assure the wheels of prosperity continue to grind. Unfortunately, I have my hands full with the work of the day and cannot leave my station to attend to inspection. I would entrust this duty to you. Seek out the other 3 millers, heed their concerns, and apprise Switzerland of your findings. Well, well, you see the mill spinning, don't you? What more do you need to know? Only problem I have is you meddling in my chores. Away with you, then. Miller takes special pride in his mill, and I couldn't be prouder of this one. The mill is fine. We'd be wiser to concern ourselves with the grubby scavengers that rob us of our yield. The Grey is the Grey Fleet, owes the mill's ability to withstand even the grimmest of storms. I haven't noticed anything off myself. Well, let's have a look now, shall we? Look there, the sail's been nicked a bit. Nothing urgent, mind you. The cloth we use is the same way as they use for the sails out on the sea. made to stand up to blustering wind. These mills are built from dead works of tonnage of decommissioned ships, the cloth taken from the masts of the Armada. Though they may no longer ride the waves, the old shipbones shall still remain a fleet. It's cool. I trust you enjoyed your tour of the mill. You are impressed, yes? The matter of Escher's cell is most worrisome indeed. The matter shall be remedied at once. To delay acting until trouble occurs is to ask for trouble. The great fleet stops for nothing. Full sail ahead. Eorzea spans far and wide, but nowhere will you find so many windmills as here, harnessing the winds that blow in from the sea to bring. Oh yeah, I've already read that. Word. Finally get this skirt off me. The cobalt crimes of late give us ample cause for concern. Yet Wistern is content to pass them off as mere mischief-making. He cares more for the welfare of his mills than that of his workers. If only my beloved Mogrim knew of my plight, I am certain he would leap to my rescue all the way from his post at the Red Rooster's stud. He often calls me his little lamb, and certainly my absence could only have made his heart grow fonder. While the mill turns perpetually, our toils and tide in the ebb and flow of the stead. During harvests and shearings, we barely catch a wink. Indeed, the kobold's steady incursion warrants wariness. And now they frighten my poor little lamb, the soul I love more than any other on two legs. We must summon the yellow jackets at once. I shall pen the missive warning Osterfear of the kobold's advance. He must deliver it to the Lothargan checkpoint. There is no time to spare. To reach Lothargan checkpoint, go first to Blind Iron Mines. Rowan will guide you from there. Bound for the Lothargan checkpoint, you come to the right mines. You'll find most denizens of the dark will leave you be so long as you extend them the same courtesy. But kobolds can be a bit more belligerent. Still, nothing an adventurer of your venturesomeness can't handle, I suppose. They say a messenger through the mines arrives faster than a crow flies from a stead. It is good to see you. I hadn't realized the extent of the kobold menace, but Monogram's missive has opened my eyes. Should we fail to bolster our patrols of the Lanoskan lone lands now, we stand to lose the region altogether. I have not forgotten when the kobolds sought to seize the west. 'Twould be best those there would know their former nemesis has resurfaced. Through though Selwyn no doubt remains vigilant, I would ask you to visit Summerfold Farms and remind him that sleeping dogs may not be content to lie. Osfer's prudent fence benefits his posts. The watchmen always seem threats far over the horizon, which is all well and good, but the shotguns swarming at our gates demand my immediate attention before ugly heads that haven't reared themselves in recent memory. Still, I know better than to disregard the bidding of the Yellow Jackets. Little son, what brings you to our church today? These two quests I didn't notice, or they just appeared out of nowhere. bad. Well, this time we dug ourselves into a hole well and truly. Struck brimstone while shoveling through the mines, and now the rocks are rife with the reek of rotten eggs. The gas grew to be too much to bear. You'll need this to clear earth crystal if you're to restore the earth and plug the leak properly. Just mind the sulfur clouds brought on by the brimstone. Now that's a breath of fresh air. For many of the miners, a bit of brimstone is nothing to write home about. But I'm the one who has to write the letters when the gluttons choke to death down there. The price is metals come in the wake of the calamity will make us either rich or dead. Slim doggings of late has a reminder for all the ore she's got. Luckily, now Dick and Vimil has signed for the lot of it. Should make for some sturdy ships. You'd be willing to cross Ocean's embrace if you ain't in a hurry to be someplace. I'd rather ye hold off a bit or two. Presently, the bridge is such a right confusion of wagons as such the damn things like to collapse. We expecting a bit of congestion with with this being the only bridge connection the roads from the dry docks to Limsa Lamonza. But today's traffic is something awful. Speaking of which, what in the seven hells does Warren's manga think he's playing at, deserving his post at a time like this? Do me a favor, would ye, lass? Track down that skittish bugger and tell him to get his arse back to directing the chaos at the Embrace. Before the calamity gouge out of ravine here, this used to be one long unbroken peninsula. Of course, seeing as the Morby dry docks are on the side of opposition opposite the city, construction on the bridge went forward as soon as you could blink. It ain't quite done yet, but the embrace is sturdy enough to fully laden wagons to tunnel across. It was only a matter of time before they sent someone after me. I suppose. I heard you. The bridge is a bloody mess. Truth be told, I wish the damn thing would collapse and save me the suffering. I can't simply wave my hands and have everything suddenly sort itself out, now can I? And if I try reasoning with those demon-spawned coachmen, I'm like to get my head bit off. Listen, if you're not going to let me be, then ye at least have a word with the more irate wagon drivers, soothe their tempers some. That'll be one less headache for me to deal with. Good sirs and ladies, calm yourselves. There's no need to. Oh gods. Blocked again, they'll have the rope backed up all the way to the gates at this rate. I swear by the navigator, I'll kick those wagons over the sides my damn self if this bridge doesn't open up soon. You can take your self-important words and take a dive in the harbor. I have shipwrights expecting this cargo, and it'll be a cold day in Thanolin before I back down first. Make way, you ugly bilge rat. I should have been in limbs of bells ago, eh? I'll calm down when fishbacks learn to fly. No move, you ass. Well, if you put it like that, then maybe I'll hold my tongue for a bit. Perhaps you do have a point. I shall endeavor to hold on my temper, if only to see the situation resolved before the moon turns. I'm sure glad at least one person on this bridge has her head on straight. Perhaps those useless guards should retire and let you assume their posts. You could be right, lass. Maybe there is room for both of us to squeeze past the Besham and Illinois through to the left. Probably could have seen that for myself if I hadn't been so busy screaming. Thank you kindly, adventurer. We should be able to get things moving again as soon as... Now where did Wismaga disappear to? Well done, mate, well done. Might have been a good show if it had come to blows, but we all have places to be now, don't we? Well, I'll be damned. You actually managed to calm them buggers down. You're a miracle worker, and that's the honest truth. All I need is for the drivers to heed me directions with all that snapping and smiling, you see. Well, I'd best be at it before they lose their tempers again. Oh, and I'd appreciate it if you could let Captain Duracell know I'm back on the job. Oh, I got a full inventory. That's not good. Wristmonger is back at his post, is he? Your tongue must have made us silver to have accomplished that feat. He can't handle the yelling, you see. The gods only know how such a delicate flower survived guard training in the first place. And he's never going to survive duty at Bridge now that work on the Victory has a flood of deliveries coming in and out every bloody day. Wristmonger better harden up or start looking for a quieter line of work. Before the calamity gouged out a ravine here, this used to be one long, unbroken peninsula. I already read that. Oh, my first AoE. Okay. Uh, yeah. For now, that's what it's gonna be. Fifteen, 15, 13, and 12. actually. Ah, for the love of Liam Lane, not again. The leather's ripped to bloody shreds. No, there's not a ride with me breeches, you cheeky sod. It's the megalo crabs. They've been at the balloon envelopes I left out to dry on the rocks. These hell-spawn snipers think they found a squid or something and set to nibbling. Less balloons in the air means less cargo getting lifted, and that don't sit too well with me. You looking for a quick job? How about you crack a few shells before you head off on your way? If you could put down 5 or so of the buggers, that ought to do it for now. Oh wait. That cliff face is known as the Descent, and it weren't around afore the calamity. Used to be you could drive a wagon straight down the road, but now, well, now we gotta make use of this great bloody scaffolding to haul goods up and down. Damn nuisance it is. You take care of them snipers. Good bloody riddance. Nice work there, lass. Still, it won't be long before a new crew of crabs come sliding in to claim that territory. And our losties just keep getting heavier, what with all the rebuilding going on. If I don't want to be buried under a mountain of crates, I'd best think of a more lasting solution to the sniper problem. Look, lass, look sharp, lassie. I got a job for ye. We don't got much time, so listen close. Today I got me too many fish and not enough water sprite cores to keep them cool. You see me problem? Now I can't be delivering crates of rotted fish, so I need ye to head over yonder and dance with them dripping sprites till ye collected 3 of their chili essences. You do realize I don't want ye to actually dance with them, right? All the local cargo companies banded together to launch this grand operation you see before ye. Now, it might be as they cooperated to get things rolling, but you can wager your grandma's wooden teeth that they'll steal each other's clients as soon as sneeze. You back already? Don't keep me waiting now. Let's see those cores. Aye, lassie, you done well. Can't wait to get these beauties into me fish crates. That ought to keep the catch fresh and me customers happy. There's a whole mess of delivery companies what makes use of the skylift. You slip up one time and some bastard's liable to steal your business. You've shown yourself to be a useful lass. What say ye to doing me another favour? We've been having a wee problem with buzzards swooping down and snatching cargo from the wagons. What are travelling the roads to the Deneville checkpoints? Most days, them feather hellions stay well enough away, but it seems they can't resist a wagon what's loaded with meat. Well, I say we make use of that weakness to lure the greedy buggers into a trap. Take this here sack of rotting rat meat and set it down in vulture territory. That be where the buzzards make their nests. When the bastards show up for the feast, you start breaking beaks with a vengeance. Easy. Didn't get your eyes pecked out, did ye? Them buzzards be a nasty lot. But the last wagon made it through with nary a morsel lost, so I'd say ye plucked enough of their thieving hides to secure the route. Ye have me thanks, lass. I make most of me coin hauling foodstuffs, and it be bedding down in the gutter with the weak if it weren't for your help. Seems even the scavengers are finding the pickings scarce since the calamity hit. Otherwise, you'd never see 'em trying aught so bold. Fortune didn't favor 'em worth spit this time, though, eh? That's some cliff, ain't it? You never get cargo up and down that thing without this great bloody mess of wood and police. Okay, so that's all the quests in this area. Well, that interests me. think I'll keep doing La Nosca. I'll use La Nosca's quests as a tool to level and get all the story, no matter how MMOE it is. There's a surprising amount of world building in it, so why not? I have to be level 36 though. Ah. Found a blue quest that I never did. Well, I'll find all the blue quests I never did. I'll make sure not leaves. Oh, I was only... Oh. There's two. Can I just say I hate the Realm Reborn maps. They're so confusing in how they're connected. Honor was right. about that. For the windmill stuff. Oh. When I'm in my 30s, but there's not that many of us here. Sure. I see. PvP area, not for me. I like working with people too much, man. Thirteen, 12. 13. 13. Yeah. Wow, foo-foo. Actually, before I do any of this, I'm gonna take a break. I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm gonna call it here. Thanks for watching. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna stream this for a while till my subscription runs out. Uh, yeah, I'm enjoying it though, to be honest. I will see you in the next one. Be easy.